Hi, my name is Robert Chelle with Chelle Law, and my law firm assists nurse practitioners with employment contract issues. Today I'm going to talk about the tax deductions you can take if you are an independent contractor as a nurse practitioner. So let's say you've been offered a job as an independent contractor. You might be wondering, all right, well, what are the advantages or disadvantages in a scenario like this? Well, let's kind of go through them. So if you are an independent contractor at the end of the year, you're going to receive a 1099, and then no taxes will be withheld from your compensation throughout the year. So you will be responsible to pay those taxes either quarterly or at the end of the year. Now, a smart nurse practitioner, before starting an independent contractor job, would create an LLC with the state that they're in. They would get an EIN from the federal government, and then they would also get a bank account, a corporate bank account for that LLC. And then all compensation and expenses should be funneled through that bank account. Because if you are an independent contractor who's created an LLC, you can use all of the costs associated with being an MP as tax deduction. So, for instance, malpractice insurance premiums. Maybe if it's a claims made policy, tail insurance, licensure, board cert, mileage, any home office expenses, any kind of supplies necessary. Think of kind of any of the stuff that you would need to purchase in order to be an NP for that job are things that you can deduct at the end of the year. Now, the downside of being an independent contractor is you won't get any of the ancillary benefits of being an employee. For instance, health, vision, dental, retirement, life, disability, you're not going to get any of those. They're not going to pay for your malpractice insurance. You're not going to get any money for continuing education, no paid time off. So if you had the choice between two, the choice between being an employee versus a nurse practitioner as an independent contractor, you're going to have to kind of weigh, all right, well, which way will that come out ahead? I mean, if you did get health insurance and vision and dental, those can be expenses as well. But many MPs are just not interested in taking the time to go out and find all of those things. It's just much easier if you just go and work as an employee, and then you can just opt into all of those things. Now, the compensation also needs to be taken into account. If an employer is treating you as an independent contractor, they're not paying any of the employment taxes associated with that. Usually it's around 10 to 12% total of the compensation provided to the employee is paid as employment taxes. So they're saving on that. Additionally, if you're an independent contractor, as I said before, they're not going to pay for any of those benefits. So they're saving a lot of money on that. So you should ask for higher compensation when working as an independent contractor, because the employer is going to save a lot of money when they treat you as an independent contractor. Now, many employers will kind of misclassify employees as independent contractors, as I said before, just to get out of having to pay for employment taxes. The IRS offers a kind of 20-factor test that kind of determines whether someone is an employee or an independent contractor. I'd suggest looking at that prior to starting a job and maybe assessing it yourself. And then if you do have some concerns about being misclassified, you should approach those with the organization before you sign, your employment agreement or independent contractor agreement. Most jobs that are considered independent contractor jobs are like part-time in nature. So maybe you're going to work after hours, a few days a week, maybe only a couple Saturdays a month, something like that. In that scenario, it makes sense to be an independent contractor. But if you're working 5 days a week for an employer, they're telling you when to come to work, they're telling you who to see, you're very likely an employee and not an independent contractor. So those are some tax deductions you can take as an independent contractor NP. If you have any questions about your employment agreement or independent contractor agreement, you can call my law firm at the phone number listed below in the description. You can reach us through our website, chellelaw.com. And if you thought this video was helpful, please subscribe to the channel as we release videos every single day. All right, appreciate you watching the video. Thank you.